Welcome to Olympic Park, Muswellbrook, for today's reserve grade clash between Muswellbrook and Merriwa. Joining commentary today by Paul Benkovic and Steve Reynolds. G'day.
G'day, Reggie. Good afternoon. And it is very, very cold here at Olympic Park in Muswellbrook. And goodness me, we're ready for a great afternoon. Reserve grade and A grade. Reserve grade are playing Merriwa, and A grade are obviously playing their arch rivals, Denman. The reserve grade clash should be an absolute beauty. The Muswellbrook Rams are in fine form in recent weeks, Reggie, and they've had a couple of very good victories.
Yeah, most definitely. And you've got the side. It's been a couple of changes there this week.
Yes, let's have a look at the Muswellbrook side. Taylor Holland Riders are number 1. Jack Wilson's 1 wing, number 2. Johnny White, Jacob Kennedy are 3 and 4. Luke Van Roon is number 5, his other wing partner of Jack. Number 6 and 7, Luke Cameron and Hayden Fox, respectively. The front rowers 8 and 10 are Alex Armstrong and Brodie Collins. Number 9 is Jason Choppy Mackay. Number 11, Jordan Mulheron and Bailey Carter is number 12. Andrew Burgess, 13. The reserves off the bench, number 14, Nick Clark. 15, Matty Mackay. 16, Curtis Farrell. 17, Jason Hovey. I'll get back to that in a second. Number 18, Mick Deacon, and 19 is Liam Dunn. Now, Jason Hovey's number 17. I'm sure I saw him down there on the sideline in full civilian gear. Didn't see him dressed up. I could be seeing things. And Liam Dunn is down there, and he's still in his civilian gear straight after coaching the under-18s to a great win over Denman in that division there.
Yeah, no, most definitely. And for Merriwa, fullback is Seth Morgan. On the wings, Shane Pittman and Neville Blackadder. In the centres, Bailey McNaughton, Jacob Med. The 5'8" is Matthew Joel Hayden. Halfback is Jeremy Nichols. The front row is Christopher Oldfield and Daryl Mulholland with Bradley Ellis at hooker. Number 11 is Ben Waugh. Number 12 is Mark Tudor. And the lock, Nicholas McLaughlin. On the bench, we've got Scott Bretherton, Hunter Minutt, Liam Floyd, Ben Robbins and Reece Hancock. Very notable there, mate. Back in 2000, I played against this Merriwa side, mate, and back in there, sorry, just trying to fix your headphones up there. Mark Tudor and Neville Blackadder were playing back in 2000 when I played, and they were about my age, a bit older.
Well done.
Great effort. Ben Morgan, though, I noticed he's not playing again this year. He's played like 25 years for the Merriwa club.
What an outstanding effort. I see young Jeremy Nichols is the captain of the Merriwa side, the halfback. He actually grew up with my young fellow. I went to school with him. So not Brady, not Stubbs, but the other one.
And he's much better football than his brother too.
Yeah.
I'm sure Andrew will love hearing that.
So is this Mick Deacon's first game back after that cheek injury, Reggie?
I'm led to believe so. He said...
It's good to see him back on the field, mate.
Small steps, he said.
Yeah, good on him.
So I think they're more like shuffles when it comes to Mick running the ball.
But it's outstanding to see Big Mick there. He loves his football, and with himself and brother John coaching the team.
Ray Deacon on the...
Yeah, and Ray, absolutely.
Tony doing some training there. It's great to see Tony back involved after
absolutely, and best wishes to Tony. He hasn't had the greatest of health recently in recent months, and it's fantastic to see him back.
How good are these bad Mo brothers? They're back again. No, they're not bad, they're just bad Mo's. Luke Cameron and John White. They're terrible. They're filthy Mo's. Shave them off, boys.
Here we go, and...
Morgan.
The referee, Reg?
The referee is Dave Windle.
Dave Windle. I couldn't remember Dave's name. And have we got Newcastle refs doing the A grade today?
We do. We have a first grade referee. I think his name's Chris White, potentially.
Our apologies for any wind gusts coming through the microphone. It is absolutely freezing and blowing a gale. Big Alex Armstrong off the kickoff. What a great run from AA. The big fella makes it out to about 28 metres out, 15 in from touch from his own line. Great run from Alex. Alex has been solid in recent months. He's been getting a reserve grade start, and I think that's doing his confidence a world of good, Reg.
Yes, and a big, massive run there by Jordan Mulheron.
Big Geordie, and also Brodie Collins getting amongst it early, the forwards, and Lukey Cameron's taking the ball up, and he gets it up over halfway, 20 in from touch. First set of 6 of the day. Here's Hayden Fox. Hayden Fox puts a little chip in, putting a bit of pressure early on the fullback, Seth Morgan, and big Seth takes the ball out, runs it out to his own 20. He's hitting a good tackle there by, I think that's Jacob Kennedy.
Here Here goes the front rower, number 8, who is Christopher
Oldfield. Chris Oldfield. The hooker there is Bradley Ellis. I don't think he's any relation to the Ellis boys of Muswellbrook, but nevertheless, they're centre field, the Merriwa Magpies, and about 32 metres out from their own line. The ball goes to the left-hand side of the field. There's the big bustling number 10, Mulholland. Mulholland, he takes the ball up just shy of halfway. Play the ball, gets it out there to Jeremy Nichols, and Jeremy Nichols gets it out of town. I think the wind is going down there from left to right as we see it, and big Taylor Holland right. Haven't seen Taylor in action in recent weeks, Reggie. I think he's been out and had other options other than football on his mind, but it's great to see big Taylor back. Here's Jack Wilson taking the ball from dummy half. Good run from Jackie. Gets it over to halfway, centre field. Choppy Mackay at dummy half, goes to the right-hand side of the field to Hayden Fox, and Foxy takes it up over the 40. Here's Choppy Mackay onto Andrew Burgess. Burjo, what a great performer, and stalwart Burgess. He always goes forward tremendously well. About 20 metres out, just shy of centre field. They're going to come to the left-hand side of the field. The ball goes to Luke Cameron, gives it out the back to Taylor Holland right. I think it's gone backwards if Dave Windle sees it away, but it was a very, very sloppy pass, and it's gone to ground, and Merriwa have recovered that, Reggie. Not a great set of six to finish that. They did really well to get over halfway, and then they've been let down with some poor passing there.
Mate, I haven't seen Muswellbrook start off with such enthusiasm in reserve grade this year than what these past couple of games have been. There's
a good feel amongst the boys in reserve grade, I must say. A couple of very ordinary attempts at tackle there. Someone should introduce them to the legs. Brody Collins underneath, and the big front rower there, the second rower, Benny Wall, gets over halfway easy. And here's Seth Morgan, takes the ball forward. He gets out of one, swivels out of one, gives it on to Jacob Med, and he gets the ball about 33 metres out from the Muswellbrook line, 15 in from touch. And they give a penalty away, Jacob Kennedy there, too slow to get off. Well, that was an easy ground there by the Merriwa Magpies. The boys need to pick their game up there, and Jacob Kennedy's going to get tuned up here by Dave Windle. There's no need for that. It's only early in the game. There's no need to be back-chatting.
Oh, most definitely. And I've just noticed that there has been some changes.
Well, he's on his warning. I don't think Dave's going to put up with that anymore. So he's absolutely tuned Jacob up and said, look, let's just get on with it. What are we? We're only 4 minutes into the game. They've let themselves down there. They really did well to get Merriwa down inside their own 20, and they've some ordinary defensive work there by the Rams, and let the Merriwa Magpies straight onto the attack, and they're only 11 metres out from the line.
He ran himself out of options there, Bradley Ellis.
Yeah, absolutely. Tudor at dummy half. Tudor gets the ball onto Jeremy Nichols. Nichols short pass onto the big number 15, which is Hunter Nutt, and he's pulled down only a metre out from the line, and Brody Collins and Bailey Carter underneath. Ball goes wide to Nichols. Nichols looking for some runners. He gives it to the 5'8". What a great tackle and great run there. Good work from Lukey Cameron and also Johnny White. Good defensive effort there. Dragged him back 10 metres. That was a good defence. The ball goes out to Nichols. Centre field, short pass. It goes on to Jordan Mulheron, and he intercepts it. Great read by Geordie Mulheron, and he got out to his own 30 centre field. Well, the good effort there by the Rams, and that started with good defensive play there. Here's Jacob Kennedy. We'll get back to that in a minute. He gets out of one, gets out of two, and he's just shy of halfway. I think that was spurred him on as a penalty to the Rams. Great defensive work by Johnny White and Luke Cameron down here, Reggie.
Yeah, most definitely, and a great run there, and like you said, a good read by Jordan Mulheron. But look, it's the discipline that's creeping in for both sides at the moment that's killing them. Like, as you just seen there, that was not even looking like a loose ball carry. That ball was reefed out about 20 metres.
Well, let's see what they can do. They can capitalise on this a good set here by the Rams. Here's big Double A Armstrong going 25 metres out, 15 in from touch, out from the Merriwa line. Fox gets the ball on to number 16, which is Curtis Farrell. He's on early.
I believe it's his brother. I think it's another Mackay out there now.
Is that Matty Mackay?
Yeah.
It is too. My apologies. The numbers are wrong here. Here's Taylor Holland right out wide, trying to bustle over. He's a unit and a half, big Taylor Holland right. He's still going. He's over the line, I believe, Reggie. He's held up. Well done from Taylor.
The enthusiasm is definitely there, especially from him and young Alex Armstrong in this early
No
stages.
question. Here's the Rams. They get the set of 6 where it goes out the back to Cameron. Long ball out to Fox. Equally long ball out to Geordie Mulheron, who's standing out in the centres. All the Jacob Kennedy bust through one. And Jacob Kennedy's pulled up just short. He is. What a great defensive effort there by the Magpies. Ball goes on to Matty Mackay at dummy half. Only a metre out. Sloppy pass, but Foxy is held onto that. Onto Cameron. Cameron gives the ball back to Matty Mackay. It goes to, it went to ground there, and no need to try and even get rid of that, Matty. He should have probably, there's that discipline you talk about, Reggie. There's no need for him to even look for a pass there into his brother, and just be patient.
Yeah, most definitely. Great defence there. And, of course, we know Jacob Kennedy's very damaging out right. Listen, you can't get the wind. Yeah, Seth tackle. Morgan, he's a great defender out there. And
I don't know how he didn't score.
I think it's going to be a very interesting. And I noticed that you said Curtis Farrell. He's off that wing that he was been defending on with Johnny White. So I don't know whether he's on the bench. I can't see down there.
Luke Van Roon's on the other wing. But anyway, here's Seth Morgan. Morgan takes the ball from a scrum win to the Magpies. Centre field, they are only 15 out from their own line. Ball goes on to, I think that's Big Benny War, is it? Tudor, my apologies. Mark Tudor. Nichols gets a short ball. That looks like it's Big Darryl Mulholland. He gets it out centre field, 30 metres out from his own line. Good tackle there by Geordie Mulheron. Nichols delivers. Ball goes in there, and it's a good tackle there by Lukey Cameron. Bailey Carter, I think, come off worse for wear there in that little bit of a tackle. Dave Windle's saying go back and play it, and that's Benny War. About 35 metres out from his own line. 20 in from touch, the Magpies. Good defensive set here from the Rams. Nichols gets the ball, puts it downtown. That's going to bounce like hell because the wind is right there. They need to get onto that Lukey Van Roon. He does. It's a ball, and he's tackled about 38 metres out from his own line. 15 in from touch. Here's Jacob Kennedy at dummy half. Gives a short pass. No, he doesn't. He goes himself. I thought he was going to give it to Taylor Holland right. And he's still going, Jacob Kennedy. Good runner. He knows the game, Jacob. He's only a young boy, but plenty of experience in young Jacob. 40 metres out. Great run. Foxy brought the ball onto Alex Armstrong. The big double A fends off one, fends off two, and he's still got that leg motion going. Good. If he stays on his feet and keeps powering through the post-contact, I reckon he goes exceptionally well, Big Alex. Here's Brody Collins. Juggles the ball. He goes forward. Good run from BC. 22 metres out from centre field from the Magpies line. Choppy Mackay at dummy half onto Lukey Cameron. Lukey Cameron shows it inside, gives it outside to Johnny White. Johnny White looking for the wing, but Jackie Wilson came inside. Last tackle. What are they going to do, the Rams? Get a repeat set at the very least. Luke Cameron puts a high ball up. The wind's carrying it across. Furl, is it going into touch? Yes, it does. Wind didn't help him there, Reggie.
No, keep it on the ground. Nice short jab in those circumstances. Merriwa was already back waiting for that option, but just a bad read there by young Zach Wilson. He's not a winger by trade, and Johnny White had his arm free. He was looking for him on the outside. That was a fourth-pointer for sure for him.
Yeah, Johnny White, he attracted 2 defenders and then he dragged them infield and certainly had his arm free looking for that support play. Good run there by the number 14, Scotty Bretherton. Then he gets it onto Morgan, and Morgan takes the ball forward. 40 metres out, centre field, the Magpies are their own line. Here's Nichols. Nichols gets it to the corner looking for a 40-20. It belts it downfield, but it goes forward off a Muswellbrook player. Could have been an argument there that it was a knock-on from the Rams boys there, Reggie.
Yeah, I think it was a clear charge down that one.
Here's Big Alex.
He's having a big game.
He does well, and I've spoke to Alex on the side that if he keeps that, try and stay on his feet and just power through the tackle post contact, he goes exceptionally well, and he's coming off for a well-deserved break, the double A, and Big Mickey Deacon's coming on. Good effort, Alex.
It was a sensational effort.
Foxy gets the ball. They're going to the right-hand side option. Jordan Mulheron is standing on that right edge. Ball goes out there to Jacob Kennedy. Jacob Kennedy's looking to beat one. He beats two, and he's going to go to the line, Reggie. Is he over? No, he's just pulled up short again, JK. Ball goes there, short pass on to number 11, and that was Geordie Mulheron, but they're offside. Dave Windle's called them. All of them are offside on the line defence there. I think the markers may not have been square either, Reggie. Here's big Liam Dunn. How quick did he change?
Oh, he loves it, mate.
Goodness me, he must have. It was like a Superman suit. He must have had his playing gear under his under 18 civilian gear. Well done, big Liam.
The only problem is it does take him 2 hours to warm up.
Centre field, the Rams. Luke Cameron gets the ball. He had options both left and right, and he's looking to unload it. Just be patient. And he's tackled 10 metres out, 20 in from touch. Choppy Mackay goes the left inside to Foxy. Short pass over to number 16. And who was that, Reggie? That's Matty Mackay, the brother. He just pulled up short again, inches from the line. Choppy Mackay, long pass out to Luke Cameron. Onto big Mickey Duncan. Unloads it. Great pick up from Lukey Cameron onto Hayden Fox. Short pass to Geordie Mulher, and he's got a score, Reggie. Surely.
Yes, he's over.
He does. Great effort. Sustained pressure there by the Rams. Good effort from big Mickey Duncan, who hit the defensive line, turned and passed it, and great pick up from Lukey Cameron, Reggie, who then give it on to Foxy, on to Geordie Mulher, and well done to the Rams, 4-0. Yeah,
some great, again, gap running there, and I think they're going to be deadly out there, Mulheron and Kennedy, but of course, Mick Deacon, the netball pass, it's back.
It was brilliant stuff, and Geordie Mulher has been quite exceptional out on that right edge. I think he's found a home out there with Johnny Deacon's found a home for him out there, and he runs exceptionally well off that Hayden Fox and the likes of Lukey Cameron.
Well, if you've got two blokes like Mulheron and Kennedy hitting holes like they do, that's going to be a nightmare come the second half when the fitness kicks in.
Good effort by the forwards, I've got to say. Great start by the forwards for the Rams. They've taken the ball forward exceptionally well, haven't shirked the task, and we both know, Reggie, that a lot of the backline plays are formed by the room that the forwards make up front, making putting that forward go to right up into the opposition's face, and it gives the likes of Lukey Cameron and Hayden Fox and Johnny White plenty of room to move out there.
No, they've laid the platform well. Taylor Holland Wright, like you said, he's been a bit MIA, dealing with some other issues, but straight back into it. And I just like his style from fullback, flat out.
Mate, the kid's a machine. Honestly, he's an absolute game breaker on his day, Big Taylor. Good conversion by Hayden Fox. It's 22 minutes to go in this first half here between Muswellbrook and Merriwa Magpies in the reserve grade, and the Rams have got off to a good start. It's 6-0.
Seth Morgan, of course, walking the ball back there for the kickoff. The wind seems to be going across to the golf club on a bit of a, south-easterly direction. So,
well, we know one thing, it's cold.
I think that'll benefit young Brady Ellis in first grade. Bailey Ellis, sorry.
Bailey Ellis, yeah.
Two kids, your son and Bailey Ellis in one.
Good run from BC. Great effort from BC. He's the same as Alex. I like BC, Brody Collins, Reggie. I like him when they do him and Alex are very similar in their game. All they need is a bit of confidence, and they're going very well, both young boys here today. And here's BC with his second hit up in that set. Look at he busts them early, and I love the fact that BC keeps his motion going forward, his momentum, and he really can bust a tackle like this bloke here, Geordie Mulher, and he's only got to give it inside to Choppy Mackay. Merriwa defence coming across field. Choppy Mackay's pulled down 8 metres out. Great tackle from Jacob Med. Options to the left. Here's Luke Cameron. Long pass on to Hayden Fox, and he's knocked it forward. They've absolutely blown that there, the Rams.
They did.
How do you read that, Reggie? I think the options were there, but
I just don't think that cutout pass.
Maybe it should have just went through the hands and someone straightened the play up.
Well, they had the numbers there, and that's all that needed to happen. It's just quick, simple draw and pass. You saw it happen with the Roosters the other night. Orbison, just that line, the same part of the field, just straighten up and simple gap running off the edge of it. He had
Reggie. That whole play there, and that great break from Geordie Mulher, and that was a result from 2 hit-ups there. 2 from BC Collins, and what a great effort from Brody Collins there. He absolutely set the platform there for the line break there by Geordie Mulher. Very, very dangerous play. Great stuff, boys. Here's the Merriwa boys. Great defence there too by Choppy Mackay. Really putting the pressure on here's Seth Morgan on the Merriwa side. I'd love to see Brody Collins just develop a good low hit tackle into his game. He can run, we know he can run. I'd just love to see him use his body size to really cut someone in half. Lukey Cameron gets the ball, but he's shrugged off, and it comes to Johnny White. Who's this young boy from Merriwa? What a great run. Just gets short, 41 metres out from his own line. That's a big number, 10, is it? 11. Great work from Benny Waugh. Oh, here's Seth Morgan from the Merriwa Magpies. Gives it back inside, straight into the waiting arms of Choppy Mackay. He looked for that Merriwa support player, number 8. I think that was Christopher Oldfield. the ball went inside. Choppy Mackay got himself in between the two players and took a much relieved intercept pass there. There was an elbow in that play, Reggie. I did see that floating elbow. I don't know if it was Seth Morgan or not. Anyway, play goes on. Hayden Fox gets the ball and he gets it on to Jacob Kennedy, and Jacob Kennedy shrugged off one, shrugged off two. A little bit of feeling in this game here now, Reg, I can tell you now.
Yeah, well, they did just have that impact off the ball. Taylor Holland Wright put the shot on Seth after he passed it, so...
Here's young Luke Van Rooney, and he takes the ball about 38 metres out, 20 in from touch from the Merriwa line. Muswellbrook can put him to bed here with an early try, and he's no one at home. Here's big Liam Dunn. Is he going to pick the ball up cleanly? Can he get it, Reggie? Jumped over the top of it, and Matty Mackay, I think, has jumped on the ball. I think that's a fair try, because I don't think Big Dunny got any hands to it.
No, he was legs and arms going everywhere, Dunny.
He's going to rule a try, Dave Windle. That's 10-0 to the Rams.
I don't know what Dunny was doing then. It looked like he had leg braces on. He was like Forrest Gump there for a minute.
He couldn't bend down, Big Dunny. He couldn't. He tried hard for that ball to bounce up into his guts, and it just went over the top of it.
Nice try there to young Matty Mackay.
Great effort from Lukey Cameron. Put the little chip through too, Reggie. And Big Liam was the only man chasing there at one point there, and like we said, he tried valiantly. He put another little chip through as well, and he tried valiantly to get that bounce of the ball and score with his first touch, Big Dunny. But
he was trying to break out of those leg braces.
Yeah. if we were looking at the stats, we can put that down to an assist by Big Liam.
Oh, you wouldn't give him that, would you?
Yeah, I would. I mean, he was the only one following through, and only the fact that he put that he got boot the ball, that second one, allowed the ball to go forward. So great backing up by Matty Mackay to pounce on that and score that try. It's 10-0 here, 17 minutes to go in the first half. Muswellbrook Rams over the Merriwa Magpies, and here's Hayden Fox. He's going to move in very shortly to try and convert that try to take him to a 12-0 lead. I just saw Choppy Mackay, the hook, has come off. Also, BC Collins has come off. I'm just looking. Big Dunny went on for BC. Just can't see who went on there, Reggie.
Nick Clark.
Young Nick Clark. He's been out injured too, I think, Reggie. I'm not 100% sure on that, but Foxy converts that to take it to a 12-0 lead.
On the Muswellbrook Golf Club scoreboard.
Jacob Kennedy seems to be cramping up down there. Just received some attention from Johnny Marco. Just a bit of a calf rub. He needs them legs powering. He needs them firing.
They got some good depth, the reserve grade boys, Reggie. Got some good depth in their ranks. I don't see Jason Havey on the bench there. I'm not sure whether Jason might be... I have a feeling Jason might be fresh reserve for A grade.
Oh, good on him if he is. That's well deserved.
Yeah, I was out there a couple of last Thursday night on a bitterly cold Thursday night at Denman when the A grade played that postponed game. We'll talk about that when the A grade kick off later on. Here's a deep ball, great take from Matty Mackay. Here's a big fella's first run, Liam Dunn. They just will not refuse to go low, and they've pulled it out a one-on-one strip. And Big Dunny had a loose carry there, and he went through 4 players, and then the lock forward there, Nicholas McLaughlin, got the ball and somehow raked it out, and he pounced on it, and then they've compounded that, the Rams, with a penalty to the Magpies. 18 metres out from the Rams line. They need to hit back here, Reg. Jeremy Nichols is going to step up. What's he going to do? Going to take a quick tap. Really no need to kick for touch there, to be quite honest. That ball's nearly gone dead in goal.
It's kind of disappointing to see him being penalised for back chat. We know that Dave Windle doesn't tolerate it. So
absolutely silly. You know, in the way the game is. Here's the big fella here, big number 13, is it? 18, big Reese Hancock. He's hit 8 metres out from the Rams line. He gets up and just absolutely terrible play the ball. He shouldn't have been rewarded with a penalty there. Jacob Kennedy was involved in that.
Here we go.
There was a shocker. Jeremy Nichols' ball goes on to number 14, Scott Bretherton, my apologies, and he's 12 metres out. Centre field. Options both left and right. The hooker goes to the left, and he gives the ball on to number 16. Great tackle there, and that was Liam Floyd. What a great tackle there by Geordie Mulheron. Centre field again. Ball goes on to Benny Waugh, and Benny Waugh shuffles through one, struggles through another. Just shy a metre out. Taylor Holland right to the rescue. The hooker goes from dummy half himself, and big Liam goes the ball. There's a play on for mine.
I'll give him that.
And the 16, Liam Floyd, gets the ball and scores right just left of the uprights. They've hit back there, the Magpies. We'll just quickly talk you through how that was done, Reggie. The ball went out and Liam Dunn went through for the intercept. It came off Liam's hands and it bounced up into the air, and I think Liam was just about to go for a second grab at it, and the young boy there, Liam Floyd, pounced on the ball, and it was play on, and the Magpies have hit back for a 12-4 with a try to make it 12-4, and Jeremy Nichols has got a kick virtually in front, and he'll kick that no questions whatsoever, and there'll be about 13.5 minutes to go there, Reggie.
Yeah, good run by young Hancock too, straight and hard off that tap. They've got some good depth out there, Merriwa. It seems to be, mate, for a small town, they produce a lot of good footballers.
They do. They always have.
I'm just trying to come to terms with the number 2's haircut for Merriwa. Looks like it's a bleach blonde dreadlocks. I would have got my ass kicked back in the day if I did that.
Bailey Carter's coming off for a rest now.
Can you imagine Eric Archer putting up with someone with a haircut like that?
No, he'd scalp you on first Tuesday back. He gives Muswellbrook the extras there, and the Magpies the extra, and it's 13 minutes to go. 12-6, favour of the Rams.
And Jeremy Nichols at the extras. 12 points to 6 in favour of Muswellbrook on the Muswellbrook Golf Club scoreboard.
They allowed Merriwa back into that, Reggie, with a couple of ordinary penalties against the Rams. A couple of discipline issues there. I think Johnny Deacon will jump on that. He's the Magpies taking the ball forward again. It comes into big Liam Dunn, and Dunny goes, tackles there with the help of Geordie Mulheron. The Magpies get the ball. Is that Seth Morgan, Reggie?
No, that's not Seth.
No, it's not Seth Morgan.
It's number
6. That is Matthew Joel Hayden.
Oh, he's had a look.
Magpies have spilt the ball straight in front of the post, 20 metres out. Rams will put the blowtorch to them here, straight out, right in front, 20 metres out. They'll have options both left and right, and I can guarantee Luke Cameron will want that ball.
I'll tell you what,
looking for some input from Taylor Holland right out here.
I'd be going to Kennedy, and I'd be leaving Mulheron out of this scrum.
Well, they're not. Ball goes left to Lukey Cameron. Just be patient. Here's Big Taylor. Bust through one, bust through another, and he's dragged about 3 players, and he finds himself 8 metres out from the Magpies line. Ball short pass to Big Mickey Deacon, and Mickey Deacon charges through one. He's still carrying people over the line there. He's only a couple of millimetres short. Has he still got control? Liam Dunn out wide, just on that right edge. Yeah, you're right. The ball goes out deep to Luke Cameron. Luke Cameron, short pass on. No, he goes himself, untouched. No one even called touch. Most of the defence was watching Big Liam Dunn. Did he drop that? Knock it on. Oh, that's a onesie jumper for Lukey Cameron. Fair income. How did he drop that?
He took the foot off the accelerator as he made his way to the try line.
Yeah, but I think there was a Merriwa defender that came across there at the end and actually put the pressure on him.
Yeah. The young man with the ball right now.
Seth Morgan. Great effort from Morgan, the Merriwa boy, to get across there and actually cause Lukey Cameron to spill that. Here's Hayden taking the ball forward, and he's hit by about 3 players. Luke Cameron's in there. He's not happy at all. Lukey Cameron, short pass on to the big number 11. I think that is Benny Waugh. He's spilt that ball in the tackle, loose carry, but it was a good tackle too that forced that issue, and that was Johnny White. I see Curtis Farrell is on now, Reggie, on this left wing. Luke Cameron doesn't look well, Reg. He looks like he's very, very ginger at the moment. Foxy's going to feed this scrum. Ball goes down the left and what is that? Merriwa have pounced on that ball. He's got the ball. Jacob Kennedy in hot pursuit. Farrell comes across and cleans it up. Centre field. That's all from a Muswellbrook scrum win too. Ball goes out to the left to Nichols. Nichols gets it on to Jacob Med, and Med gets the ball. He's hitting a good tackle out there by Geordie Mulheron and Jackie. Who is it? No, it's Nick Clark. My apologies. Ball goes on to the big number 18, which is Reece Hancock, and Hancock takes the ball 10 metres out centre field. Ball goes left to Seth Morgan, the Merriwa legend, goes forward, unloads it onto Nichols. What's Nichols going to do? He's trying to find his way over the line. He's pulled up 2 metres short. Pressure's on the Rams here. They need to be very strong in defence. Ball goes out to Joel Hayden, and Joel Hayden gets the ball 10 metres out from the Rams try line. Bradley Ellis at dummy half gets a ball to Nichols on the left-hand side of the field. Jinx one way, Jinx another, looking for support play, and he's hitting a good tackle. He did unload that. It's the last for the Magpies. What are they going to do? Long ball goes out to Nichols. He's going to put boot to ball, and he goes forward. He's going to go too long over the dead ball. The Rams will get a set of 7. They did well there to hold them out, but let's be fair to Ingham. That ball from scrum base, from Hayden Fox to Taylor Holland Wright, was very, very ordinary indeed. And, you know, they've had an attacking option there, and they turned the ball over off a scrum food, Reggie, 50 metre, you know, right on the halfway line. Yeah, dead set.
Very disappointing. You've got to play those balls a bit closer with this wind swirling around out there.
See big Alex Armstrong's coming on, and so is BC, just 8 minutes shy of half time.
Some heavy contact from both sides in this match, mate.
Absolutely. That was Johnny White, took a good ball there. He gave the ball, got up over his own 40, but then he gives it. Curtis Farrell goes from dummy half, and he's great run from young Farrell. He's Nick Carter goes from dummy half, scoots over. Nick Clark, I should say. He's still going, and ball gives it on to Alex Armstrong. I don't know if that was needed, but Alex did exceptionally well to be a support player there to start with. Again, they just can't finish their sets. They're letting themselves down now, Reggie, with a couple of very ordinary options.
Yeah, the completion's definitely something Mick's got to speak about at half-time, and Johnny. They've just got to play through their sets. They've got the speed and they've got the talent out there, but it just seems to be too much trying to score off every gap opportunity rather than, you know, that pass end didn't need to be thrown.
Scrum food to the Magpies. Ball goes from Jeremy Nichols out to, can't see that boy's number, I think that's the 5'8". Ball goes on. Oh, great tackle. Great tackle from Mulheron, who absolutely upended the Magpies front rower, Christopher Oldfield. Ball goes to Nichols, short pass out to big number 15, I think it is, Hunter Nutt. He unloads it, and he comes again to Johnny White. Good defence. He spilt that in a tackle. Great work from Johnny White. That was a good defensive set by the Rams, Reggie.
Mate, like I said, I've been impressed by both sides, the impact and the numbers that are getting there in defence. You know, you can't fault them for that from either side. Liam Dunn looks to be staying out wide off this scrum, so...
They've only got to feed him the ball. If he's in motion, big Dunny, there's no way they're going to take him down. And as we just spoke about, they've just got to be patient. Finish their sets better than they're doing. Just, you know, be patient. Just patience is the key, and execution has been ordinary up till now. They've just got to be smarter. Lukey Cameron's going to feed this scrum. Ball goes out to Hayden Fox. Hayden Fox turns it back inside to Big Dunny. He beats one, pushes off another. Still going, Big Dunny. Centre field, about 22 metres out from the Magpies line. Nick Clark at dummy half. Ball goes out to Luke Cameron. Short unders pass to Alex Armstrong, and Alex Armstrong just maintain possession. Big Alex, he gets to about 11 metres out from the Magpies line. Nick Clark at dummy half. Options left and right. Luke Cameron comes down the left. He goes himself, tries to beat one. He comes to the halfback Jeremy Nichols, who grabs him with the help of another player, and he's going to push him over the line. He unloads it. He called him held there, Reg. I don't know if that was an early call. He did unload it, but anyway, he's going to play the ball. 10 metres out, long pass out to Alex Armstrong. Alex is going himself at dummy first receiver, I should say. He's tackled. He goes across field. Good centre run from Alex. Hayden Fox is deep. Got a good back line. Gets the ball. Hayden Fox, short pass to Geordie Mulheron. He tackled, and a good tackle there by McLaughlin from Merriwa. He's still going, Geordie Mulheron. It's the last. What are the Rams going to do? Ball goes. Nick Clark, short pass to Taylor Holland Wright, but he's called it forward. You know, they had a great overlap out of the right hand side. All they had to do was throw the ball behind Taylor Holland Wright, and they had a 3-on-1 situation out there to the right hand side of the field, 5 metres out, the Rams.
Well, they've just got to lift this intensity. They can't afford to let Merriwa go into the sheds with another try, and body language is telling me they want half-time Muswellbrook.
Nichols gets the ball. He passes it on to Oldfield, and Oldfield gets tackled 11 metres out, centre field. Nichols at dummy half. Ball goes on to the other Merriwa boy, number 11, which is Benny Waugh. Had a fair game. I think he's dropped the ball again. That's the second time Benny Waugh's had a loose carry in that after he's been belted. Good defence from the Rams. Great defence. Hayden Fox is circling his troops. They need to score off this set of 6, Reggie.
Yeah, look.
4 minutes to go in the first half. They need to just again finish these sets. They're looking good. Just a couple of better options. Ball goes down to the left-hand side. That's knocked down by Jeremy Nichols. Hayden Fox had a little move planned there with Lukey Cameron from the scrum base, but Jeremy Nichols, he's a smart boy. He knocked that ball down and put an end to that little play. Here we go. Another scrum feed, 20 metres out from the Magpies line. Lukey Cameron's feeding the scrum. Ball goes out to Farrell, and Farrell gets the ball, takes off. Got a bit of speed, young Curtis Farrell. 12 metres out, 15 metres out, I should say. Fox gets the ball on the left-hand side, face pass over to BC. He struggles and gets about 10 metres out from the Magpies line. Nick Clark at dummy half. Plenty of runners left and right. Ball goes short pass to Alex Armstrong. He goes towards the uprights and he's hit with 4 blokes around him, Big Alex. Has he held onto that ball? Yes, he has. Right under the post of the Rams. Long pass out to Luke Cameron. What are they going to do? He goes himself again, Lukey Cameron. A little bit flat there. They had plenty of runners. They've got a 5-man overlap out the side there. Little pass there, hit a little kick. He puts the ball through Hayden Fox, and it's gone over the dead ball line. They're going to get a full set of 7. They had a great backline worked out there, Reggie, out the 5 boys ready for that ball out of the right-hand side of the field. No, it's not a set of 6. I think they said, Dave Windle said that the Merriwa boy forced it over the dead ball. Drop out.
Lukey's just got to look at his timing. That pass needed to go out earlier to the wide runners out there. They had an overlap, like you said. To be stuck with it, with 2 men in a jam situation like that, he needed to get that ball out.
Here's the line drop out. Ball goes deep. It's on to Hayden Fox, about 45 metres out. Here's Big Alex charging forward. Big Alex, well done. Great run from AA. About 35 metres out, 25 metres out, I should say, from the Merriwa line. Ball goes to Jacob Kennedy, and Jacob Kennedy works it through 1, beats 2, still going, swivels 10 metres out. Good play the ball quick. Taylor Holland right out the back to Hayden Fox. Long pass out to Johnny White. He stands up 1, gives it on to Farrell, and Farrell goes into the corner. That's better hands from the Rams.
Yeah, that's definitely what they needed, just to get it out there, mate. Simple draw and pass. They had the overlap, and of course the cutout pass was a sweet ball to Johnny White.
16 points to 6, Reggie.
I just don't know what position Curtis Farrell's playing. He's obviously not on the wing. He's playing in closer, in the centre of the field. He's having a wear of the game. But Alex Armstrong's come ahead in leaps and bounds, mate, for the past couple of weeks. He's been fantastic today, and I think just his enthusiasm. I know I was critical of him there earlier on in the season with a bit of a handbrake at times, but you must have heard it, because I'll tell you what.
He's done exceptionally well, Big Alex, and I'm very impressed with his effort here today.
How are you going to back in Foxy here for the kick from right on the sideline?
Well, he's got a bit of a bruise going with him. They're under a minute to play now, so this will be the... they won't even go back on here. He'll milk this for all it's worth, Foxy. The Rams are going back to their positions, but it'll be straight into half-time. The Merriwa Magpies will not want to make another tackle, so they'll take their time. Good to see a scoreboard working, Reggie. We're out at... Denman a couple of last Thursday week, and they actually count down by 2 minutes, the Denman Devils, and it was very frustrating to call the game. Here's Hayden Fox moving in. Not the greatest of kicks from Foxy, and look, they're still leading 16-6. That'll probably take us into the half-time break. So here at the Olympic Park, both sides are going to the sheds here. They're going to wind this clock down. It'll be half time. The Rams 16, the Merriwa Magpies 6.
Well, we're back for the second half of the Muswellbrook versus Merriwa reserve grade fixture at Olympic Park. 35 minutes to go. 16-6 Muswellbrook lead. Merriwa, a very physical first half of football there. Paul Benkovic. This Merriwa team is set very deep for this kickoff, mate. There's no one in the middle part of the field.
Yeah, they have to put a little high one up here if Hayden Fox is smart. But he's gone the direction of the wind, and it's gone forward, and it's paid off. Poor old
Neville Blackadder.
Neville Blackadder's dropped that ball cold as a spud. And it literally is as cold as a spud. Poor old Neville. So the Rams will get the ball 20 metres out with a scrum feed off the kickoff, and couldn't have started better for the Rams, Reggie.
I think they're waiting for the snow to fall, mate. It's that cold down here at the moment.
Oh, my goodness. Not a big crowd here, and but the people, the dyed-in-the-wool supporters that are here. Here's Jacob Kennedy. Gives the ball on to Luke Van Roon. He's going to go over, is he? No, he isn't. He's only a couple of metres shy. The people that are still here are loyal supporters rugged up to the hill. Here's Taylor Holland-Wright bouncing through one and going very close to the try line. He's only 1.5 metres out. Choppy Mackay, dummy half. Long ball onto Brody Collins, and Brody Collins steps off his left, goes over. He deserves a try, BC. He's held up over the line. He actually fell over the line and scored, but he's got to go back and play the ball. Mackay, dummy half onto Fox. Fox, long ball out to Luke Cameron. Short pass on to Johnny White, and his bloke deserves a try. Great work from Johnny White. Great backline ball movement. And that takes him to a 20 points to 6 lead. And that's straight off the kickoff, that drop ball there from Blackadder. The Rams made them pay the price there for a sloppy recovery. And that's the best set of 6 they've had this game so far, Reg.
Well executed, and saw Seth Morgan look straight to his defence out there. It was a poor read. You could see that coming. They had numbers in motions. They had an overlap, but a very bad read there for them.
That was really good from Fox onto Cameron, and the long ball out to Johnny White. They were played with great depth and great width there, the Rams, and that was great football to see Johnny White deep and hard running onto that ball, and certainly the Merriwa boys didn't want a bar of it. We're only 1.5 minutes into the game, into the second half.
And you're right. Big Collins, he was over the try line then for all money. The referee had already called held, but he rolled over and the ball was over the try line, so again, good set of 6 by the Rams. So Hayden Fox is going to move in 12 metres out, 20 metres in from touch, try and convert this try to make it 22 points to 6. Foxy will not miss this. He converts 22 points to 6, 32 minutes to go into the second half here.
22 points to 6 in favour of Muswellbrook on the Muswellbrook Golf Club score.
But you're right, that man, Johnny White, we speak a bit about him, but he doesn't get as many raps as Kennedy, but he is as effective as ever.
Absolutely. I don't think he played in the Singleton game here from memory, but here's Choppy Mackay. It's good to see him back because he goes exceptionally well. Here's Taylor Holland-Wright. Choppy Mackay give the ball to Taylor Holland-Wright straight in centre field, and Taylor drags the defence up about 25 metres out from his own line. Here's double A again, the big fella charging forward. Very impressive, Alex's commitment here today. Gone forward all day and dragged 2 or 3 defenders with him in that respect. Here's BC inside from Lukey Cameron, running great lines. Well done. He gets to about 42 metres out from his own line. 2 young forwards doing the job. Here's Geordie Mulheron being dangerous. He shrugs off 2, shrugs off 3, and just gives a ball onto Jacob Kennedy, who couldn't control it. It was down near his shins. And look, he sport that young Geordie because he'd already shrugged off 2-3 players and given a real low percentage pass to Jacob Kennedy, who was in support. And it probably would have ended up scoring, but maybe should have just went to ground.
Just get our cameraman to zoom in on that number 2. Look at those cornrows. They're not dreadlocks, they're cornrows. He's packed in a lock.
Who are we talking about?
Number 2 for Merriwa.
You sure it's not headgear?
No, it's cornrows.
Number 4 here from Jacob Med from the Magpies. Gets the ball from the scrum win. Gets it up over the halfway. Gets to, here we go. Here's a big fella. Another low percentage pass from the Merriwa Magpies. What's Dave Windle going to do? He's going to say that the ball went forward from Merriwa. And again, Merriwa shot themselves in the foot there with some really ordinary attacking options. There was no need at all to unload that ball in that tackle.
No, I was going to ask the question too of Dave Windle if he let that one play on. There was definitely a knock on there. It was a bad offload and one that didn't need to be made, as you said. But we'll see here, Lukey Cameron to feed the ball in the scrum. Hang on, he's given the ball to Merriwa to feed.
Yeah, he's gone to that's a VAR decision from Dave Windle. Dave Windle's checked the VAR in the last 30 seconds, and he said it is a Merriwa feed, and Jeremy Nichols is not one for saying, denying it. So Merriwa will get the scrum feed. Ball goes out from Nichols onto Joel Hayden, and Hayden, they're tackled 40 metres out directly in front. Here's the ball going onto Scotty Bretherton, and Bretherton gets the ball.
We just blew off your earphones.
They did, 35 metres out from the Rams line.
There is a fair wind blowing here as Jeremy Nichols takes on the line, gives it off to Seth Morgan. He's nearly 20 metres out, Seth.
Yeah, they're not playing with a lot of width, the Merriwa Magpies. They just seem to be in each other's back pocket, and that's going to
penalty.
Create a lot of errors there, the Magpies. Let's see what they can do here. Nichols goes across field, shows it one way, shows it to another, and he ends up taking the tackle himself 19 metres out from the Rams line. The defence looks good at this stage. Seth Morgan with the ball from the Magpies goes infield, and he's hitting a good tackle from Jacob Kennedy. Shows a bit of feeling in that tackle there. Kennedy's not going to back down. Let me give you the tip. Ball goes on to Hayden, and penalty. Too long in the tackle, and Dave Windle has really been firm in that area. Here's the hooker, Bradley Ellis gets the ball onto the front row, which is Oldfield, and Oldfield takes the ball forward about 8 metres out, and he's pushed back in the tackle. Good effort there by the Rams. Who was in that tackle? Johnny White and also Jackie Wilson. Ball goes to the right-hand side of the field onto Benny Waugh, and Ben Waugh gets the ball. Tackled 5 metres out. Good tackle there from... don't know who that is. Here's Jeremy Nichols. Jeremy Nichols looks to give a short pass onto McLaughlin, but he doesn't. The option's shut down. Nichols goes himself. Another good set of defence there by the Rams. All over him like a rash. The hooker goes himself. Long pass out to the centre, and he throws the ball into touch. The Merriwa Magpies. Good defence from Curtis Farrell. Come up into his face onto, I think that was Blackadder, the winger there. Well, it might have been Bailey McNaught, that young centre out there. It was. Number 3, it was Bailey McNaught. Great effort from Curtis Farrell. He shut down that play out wide. Really didn't give him an option to give that ball onto Blackadder. So great stuff there. Good defensive set by the Rams. Ball, scrum feed to the Rams. It gets onto Taylor Holland Wright. He struggles to go forward, and he's dragging about 3 players with him. Makes it just shy of 20 metres out. Ball goes to Hayden Fox looking for his runners, and one of them is Geordie Mulheron. Gets through another one. Good running from Mulheron. About 28 metres out from his own line.
Just under 10 minutes gone in this first half, and Muswellbrook making some interchanges with Deacon going on and Alex Armstrong coming off, and looks like Liam Dunn, so it's the Muswellbrook old boys taking the field.
Great run from BC Collins again. What a great effort from Brody Collins there. Here's a ball goes to Hayden Fox, gets the ball out of his area, gives it on to, and puts boot the ball, and it goes well deep into the Merriwa field to play, and Blackadder retrieves the ball. He goes forward, and from that it's gone to Seth Morgan, and Seth Morgan running across field, and he comes to one. He gets through another. Good tackle from Luke Van Roon, who Dave Windle said that he was held. So Seth Morgan's going to play that ball about 45 out, 5 short of halfway. Ball goes to
Tudor.
Tudor's the second row, and he's tackled. Great tackle from big Mick Deacon. Absolutely swallowed him up there, Mick Deacon. Ball comes out to the left to Hayden, and Hayden gives a short ball on to Jacob Med, and Jacob Med is belted. And a good tackle there from Geordie Mulheron and Jacob Kennedy. The two of them have worked exceptionally well together. Jeremy Nichols with the ball goes crossfield wide. He gets over halfway, and it's the last for the Magpies. They've finally held the ball for a set of 6, and they've absolutely given it away. They've got to the last already, and then they've given it away, the Rams, with a silly error there. Jack Wilson and Mickey Deacon were part of that tackle. And Dave Windle has given the Magpies a full set of 6 here, courtesy of that penalty. Nichols finds good ground there with that kick for touch. They're going to get the ball about 25 metres out. The hooker there is Bradley Ellis, and Ellis gives the ball on to Nichols, and Nichols gives the ball on to Hunter Nutt. And Hunter Nutt gets it to the 20 metres. Good tackle there around the legs from big Mickey Deacon. Comes out to Jeremy Nichols again on to Oldfield, and Oldfield takes the ball forward, centre field, gives it, unloads it on to Mark Tudor, and Tudor swings it out the back to Seth Morgan. Seth Morgan trying to, he's dancing around looking for a gap, and the Rams, they've lifted him a little bit above the horizontal, and I think that was a fair penalty, Reggie. There's a little bit of a set to play here. Oldfield's not happy. Who's the centre? And that was Jacob Kennedy involved in that. He's on the bottom and he gets up. Bit of blood pressure right up there. He did take him in all fairness. I thought he took him a little bit, not too much. It was, you know...
His left leg just went above the
horizontal. Yeah,
top.
that's all. And look, thank goodness there was no damage done, but rightfully so. They've given him a penalty. It'll be interesting where this set of 6 goes here, Reg.
8 times out of 10 when you lift someone after they've been stopped in momentum and your momentum's going the other way, it's going to end up in a bad situation. So... Oh, look, mate, you don't want to see anything dangerous like that, but it's great to see the passion really lifted on both sides. You saw that solid shot by Mulheron and Kennedy down here a minute ago on young Med. Their defensive efforts together.
Calling Lukey Cameron over, the captain of the reserve grade, Dave Windle.
Lukey Cameron must have been the one that in the tackle.
Jacob Kennedy found himself on the bottom of that melee with Seth Morgan. I think Luke Cameron might have been in that tackle. He's putting his case forward anyway. Both touch judges, Lockie Ballard, and I can't remember the other young fella's name.
Well, it should be a warning, a penalty, and that's it.
Move on. He's Taylor Holland-Wright getting spoken to. I didn't even see Taylor Holland-Wright in that melee, Reggie.
Yeah, he came in and shoved a few players out of the road. And
you're going to give him 10. You'd just like Dave Windle to give 10 minutes here. You watch.
You would. And look, it could have escalated the situation, but...
He's going to call Jeremy Nichols forward and Seth Morgan. No, he's told Seth Morgan to go back into the line.
Seth knows he's going to get called out, that's why. He was the one on the bottom and the receiving end of it. And
Seth might have preempted a bit of a tune-up, but Dave Windle said at the bottom of all that is a penalty to the Merriwa Magpies for that above the horizontal there. So
it's chewed up a good 4 minutes of the game.
We've moved on. That was 3 minutes ago. 22 minutes to go in this game, and it's 22 points to 6 in favour of the Rams. The Magpies will have a penalty, 20 metres out. We've got a full back line set. Nichols gets the ball onto Hayden. Short pass onto Oldfield. He's gone forward all day, so little Oldfield. Give him a bit of a rap, the young fella. Comes to the left-hand side of the field. Nichols.
They are very flat, aren't they?
He's hitting a good tackle there from Jackie Wilson. Centre field, 18 metres out. Ball goes on to Hunter Nutt. Big fella, the big unit, he's taken well there, and a good tackle from Geordie Mulheron and Jacob Kennedy. He manages to unload it, but he landed on his left shoulder there, and he looks very sore indeed, but he gets up and plays the ball. Ball goes to Nichols. Long pass out to Seth Morgan. Goes himself, tries to swivel out of one. Still only 11 metres out. Good defence by the Rams. Ellis at dummy half. Goes to the right-hand side of the field. Short ball onto 13. McLaughlin. McLaughlin trying to dance through 2 or 3 tacklers, but another good tackle there by, who's that? Bailey Carter. Ball goes long out to Nichols. Nichols tries to put a chip through, and that was one of the most ordinariest, if that's even a word, most ordinary chip throughs I've ever seen in my life, Reg.
No, Muswellbrook absorbed that pressure in that defence. Defensive set was fantastic, and now they've just got to get out of trouble. They have not been down in Merriwa's set of...
Except in the opening minute.
In the opening minute.
Here's Curtis Farrell trying a good go forward by Curtis. I don't know what the hell Jeremy Nichols from Merriwa was thinking there with that chip in front. That was beyond bad.
There's a lot of traffic there to kick it into.
Ridiculous. Here's Big Liam Dunn, who's on now. He's gone forward. He goes through one. The only bloke that's decided to take him low was Benny Waugh, and he did so successfully. Ball goes to Luke Cameron right on halfway, puts the kick forward. It's going to go over Blackadder's head, straight into touch. So the Merriwa Magpies will have the ball, a scrum feed, about 12 metres out, 20 in from touch. See Jeremy Nichols is talking to the referee there now, just putting his case forward on something.
Yeah, it doesn't matter, though. You can get in serious trouble for touching the referee at any point.
Yeah, he did. He actually put his hand on his back and said, Dave.
I don't mind it, but
it was a fair
go. Rule that they've clamped down on. Should be able to have a talk to the referee surely and put just, hey, going, mate? You feeling all right? Do you want a drink of water? That's all you're saying. He looks a bit tough, a bit puffy.
No, look, I don't disagree, mate. I think it was something that's gone overboard, especially in the AFL. But anyway, Seth Morgan gets the ball from the base of the scrum, goes forward, and he gets about 22 metres out, centre field from his own line. Ball goes out to Oldfield. He hasn't shirked his tasks today, big Oldfield, and he's picked up. He gives a lazy pass back to Morgan, who runs forward. He's hitting a really good tackle from Mulheron. Swings out of it, and Choppy Mackay finishes him off 32 metres out from his own line. Here's Ellis from dummy half. The little hooker goes forward. Goes under one, gets down, he's finally wrestled to the ground by Choppy Mackay, just shy of halfway. Nichols at dummy half, ball goes out to Hayden, big pass on to Hunter Nutt, and Hunter Nutt goes forward, the big fella, still shy of halfway, only a metre. By the time he gets up, he might be over halfway. Ellis at dummy half, long ball out to Jeremy Nichols. I'd like to see Jeremy Nichols take the line a little bit better than that at speed. But anyway, he's put the kick forward and it's gone tragically nowhere. And it was well picked up by Luke Cameron, who has lost the ball in that three-man Merriwa tackle on his own side of halfway.
No argument from him either. So.
No, he dead set lost it. Loose carry. Big Mickey Deacon's off and BC Collins is back on the field, Reggie, and I've got to give them two young front rowers, them starting front rowers, Alex Armstrong and BC, bit of a rap. I love seeing the enthusiasm from the boys, and if they can just maintain their momentum as they hit that line and just go forward, I really like the enthusiasm by the boys. Is this a scrum feed against the feed? That's offside. Geez, that was ordinary, wasn't it, Reg? What the hell happened there? Foxy got the ball. I don't know what the hell happened there. Him and Jeremy Nichols are smiling very cheekily at each other, saying, yeah, it's one of those days. Well, that was a poor turnover from the Rams. They got that ball, and now it's back in the Merriwa hands. Scrum food about 45 metres out from the Rams line. Here we go. Ball goes down to Ellis, who picks it up from the base of the scrum. Nichols gets a ball, throws a dummy, gets away from Choppy Mackay and Hayden Fox. He goes himself across field and he's building a good tackle from BC Collins. 35 metres out, centre field. Ball goes on to big number 18, which is Reese Hancock. He charges forward, big Reese, and it's a penalty of the Magpies. Offside, Dave Windle saying. Centre field, 20 out. Ball goes to Ellis on to Nichols. Nichols gets a ball onto Benny Robbins. I think that's his first touch of the game. Ben Robbins, the reserve for Merriwa Magpies, and he's welcome to the reserve grade to game. And Geordie Mulheron picked him up and back slammed him. Ball goes on to Jacob Med, and Jacob Med goes forward, charges about 11 metres out. Centre field, ball goes out to the left-hand side onto big Hunter Nutt. He's a unit and a half, the big fella, and he takes 2 or 3 players with him. Good tackle down low by Jacob Kennedy. Over the top was Hayden Fox and Mulheron. Ellis at dummy half, long ball out to Jeremy Nichols. Long pass to absolutely no one. Well picked up by Seth Morgan. And he's wrestled there, still standing. Ball goes out to Ellis, dummy half, gone to, no, he goes himself, looking for support runners. Finally unloads it to Nichols. Nichols goes out to J.O. Bailey McNaught, who gives it on to Blackadder, and as Blackadder scored in the corner, Reggie.
Yes.
The Magpies, 22 points to 10. Well, the Rams were their own worst enemies there. They lost that scrum feed, believe it or not. I cannot believe that they lose a scrum feed.
Nice try there to Neville Blackadder.
Yeah, look, it's
15 minutes to go in the match, Reggie, and the Rams find themselves 22 points to 10. They're still leading comfortably, but I don't think Johnny Deacon and Big Mick will be happy with that passage of play.
Well, time in own half, mate. Muswellbrook has been stuck down there in that half for the past 25 minutes. It's there's only that one opportunity they had off the kickoff where they scored. They haven't had much time down there in Merriwa's half. They've just got to get through those plays and get to the kick. You saw that penalty straight off the back of that scrum over there that got them downfield a bit further, and I just can't help but think that if they don't start, they've given Merriwa the sniff now. They've tasted the blood, and that's one thing you don't want to with a side like this. You can see their body language is upbeat now. Muswellbrook, of course, you can't question them. I was going to say earlier, if you would ask me if I was Merriwa, how do you get through the Muswellbrook defence? Couldn't find a way.
Was that the quickest conversion attempt you've ever seen by Jeremy Nichols?
It was pretty quick.
Fair dinkum. Well done, Hayden Fox. He didn't get it anyway. Seth Morgan, good hands there from the kickoff. Gets it on to, I think that's Benny Waugh. 14 and a half minutes to go in this match. It's 22 points to 10 in favour of the Rams. Big Hunter Nutt's gone well since he come on. That's Hancock, my apologies. Have I been calling him Hunter Nutt? That's number 15 or 18?
That's 18 there with the ball now. He only just came back on. You got it right. There's Hunter Nutt.
There's Hunter Nutt. Gets the ball onto Jacob Med. Unloads it onto the little fella here, Cheney Pittman. Pittman's, he said the ball going forward, Dave Windle. So that's a turnover. Turnover by the Merriwa Magpies, and poor turnover, 35 metres out from their own line. So the Rams will be straight on the attack.
Taylor Holland right. He looks to be the one to take it off the scrum here.
That's a better feed of the scrum. Here's Taylor Holland right straight off the base of the scrum. Feed from Hayden Fox. Centre field, Alex Armstrong looks like he's going to get a short pass from Choppy Mackay. He does. 30 metres out. Keep going forward, Alex. Choppy Mackay, dummy half, 25 out from the Magpies line. Short pass on to big Liam Dunn. Liam Dunn goes across field, brushes off one, unloads to Nick Clark. Nick Clark, short pass to Geordie Mulheron. Geordie Mulheron, short pass to Jacob Kennedy. He's going to dive over into the corner and score. He tries to go around. Yes, he does, to further improve the goal kick. Well done. Good passage of play there from the Rams. Started by big Liam Dunn. Reggie, great effort.
He had zero room to move in then, Jacob Kennedy. He had about 2 inches down that sideline and 2 defenders coming across. I don't know.
The kid can play.
How his upper body strength is that freaking solid, because hasn't got big legs, has he?
No, Jacob Kennedy, in all fairness, he's built like a one-iron, but I tell you what, the kid can play.
26 to Muswellbrook, Merriwa 10.
Twelve and a half minutes to go. It's 26 points to 10. Hayden Fox will try and convert this try.
He should kick it.
You'd think so. He's 20 metres in from touch, 15, 18 metres out. He's got the wind with him. I'm calling it over, Reg.
You calling it over?
Calling it over.
That's a fair wind blowing now. That's blowing close off the line in Merriwa to Muswellbrook, that is.
It's dead set cold.
That is. The crowd started to pick up a little bit for the first grade fixture down below, so...
Here's Hayden Fox. He's moving in. Try and convert this. That he does. Easy as you please. 28 points to 10 with 11 and a half minutes to go in this match. Big number 14, and that is Scotty Bretherington, is back on the field.
Hunter Nutt is off. You've liked his performance today, haven't you?
He's gone forward at every opportunity, and he's taken 2 or 3 Muswellbrook defenders with him, so well done to the young fella. Here's Seth Morgan restarting play. Ball goes down wide. Great take from Lukey Cameron. And Cameron takes the ball forward, boots 1, boots 2, and he's dragged down about 31 metres out from his own line. Matty Mackay now at dummy half. Short pass to Alex Armstrong. Alex Armstrong hits the first batch of defenders, and he takes them with him. He makes a good run from big double A, 10 metres shy of halfway. Matty Mackay, dummy half. They go down the left-hand side of the field to Nick Clark. Nick Clark, plenty of enthusiasm from the young fella. Goes forward and takes 3 players to get him down. Still a couple of metres short of halfway centre field. Matty Mackay, dummy half. Long ball out to Hayden Fox. Hayden Fox has got some runners. He goes himself. He's had big Liam Dunn absolutely bolting onto the ball there, but he elected not to give it. Ball goes out the back to Lukey Cameron. Lukey Cameron puts the ball right down into the far corner. It goes over Blackadder's head into the field of into the touch, I should say. 20 metres out from the Magpies line. There'll be a bit of a breather and a scrum food to the Magpies. Is it getting colder, Reggie?
I don't know, mate. I can't feel my body.
Fair
It's that cold. Dunny wouldn't have been happy with that. Foxy will get a tune-up from him. He hates running a deep.
Yeah, look, if you've got a bloke the size of Liam Dunn running onto the ball, seriously, just give it.
Yeah.
Just give it. There's no good, give him a good short, flat pass. And Big Dunny, I reckon Big Dunny would have ran 40 moves and scored that try.
I think you got too far there.
No, I'm serious. I think if you've got a big bloke who makes that effort to run 10 metres and lines up, you're better off giving it to him anyway. Here's the Magpies, centre field, 20 out from their own line. Ball goes to, I think that's young Med.
Yep.
And he gets tackled. Good tackle there by Jacob Kennedy, whose defence today has been absolutely brilliant. Here's the big fella there, and that's Hancock. And Hancock gets tackled 31 metres out from his own line, centre field. Shane Pittman at dummy half. Not Pittman, I should say. Bailey McNaught at dummy half. Onto Hayden, onto Jacob Med. And Jacob Med monstered in the tackle again by Nick Clark and also Hayden Fox. Merriwa ball goes on to Jeremy Nichols. Nichols beats the first defender, looks for unloaded. He's standing in the tackle. He comes to another couple of would-be defenders before Liam Dunn has grabbed him and wrestled him around just shy of halfway. It's the last tackle. What are they going to do, the Magpies? They need to get it deep and force an error. Seth Morgan gets that ball and he puts a kick up. Doesn't go too far. That ball is bounced favourably for Luke Van Roon. Beats the first defender. Comes to young Shane Pittman, the dreadlock boy, and he tackles him very, very well there. 25 metres out from the Rams line. Kennedy gets the ball from dummy half. Goes himself just shy of halfway. Looks to unload it. Good tackle there from Joel Hayden. Matty Mackay, dummy half, gives it on to Geordie Mulheron, and Mulheron goes over halfway, easy as you please, and he's hitting another good tackle there by Oldfield. 45 out from the Merriwa line. Goes on to Johnny White. Johnny White full of running, boots one, skips through another, and he's tackled. He just fell over there.
Oh, that's a flop.
That is a dead set flop.
That's the biggest flop.
So Johnny White's forced a penalty there. They'll get a repeat set of 6, the Rams, and Matty Mackay's looking for an early tap.
Nicholas McLaughlin, that was a giveaway.
Yeah, here's Cameron with the ball on to big Mickey Deacon, and Mickey Deacon charges forward. Good tackle from the number 4, Jacob Med, around the legs with Oldfield over the top. 22 metres out. Ball goes on to Nick Clark. Nick Clark steps off his left, back off his right, charges forward. He's only about 12 metres out. Centre field from the Merriwa line. Ball goes dummy half there, out to Lukey Cameron. Lukey Cameron's got plenty of runners. He's kicked it forward. That wasn't a knock on. He's retrieved the ball. He's regained it. Only went about a metre forward. Here's BC Collins. BC Collins charges at the line. He had Alex Armstrong in support. Straight under the post. There are options left and right. Which way is he going to go? He goes out the back. No, he doesn't. That was an ordinary play the ball by Brody Collins.
What's he called there?
He's just calling a shocking play the ball. I don't know what Dave Windle's called there.
It was just mistimed. The play the ball was there, but...
Well, what happened to Lukey Cameron at dummy half?
No, it was young Mackay.
Young Matty Mackay, my apologies.
He picked it up and just took
it. Well, why wasn't it play on?
Oh, I think that's what they're all looking bewildered about out there at the moment. There was no knock on there.
I thought it was an ordinary play the ball by BC. Nevertheless, Merriwa let off the hook there. Jeremy Nichols gets the ball, feeds the scrum, gets it out the back to Oldfield, and Oldfield goes forward, and he's hitting a good tackle there by Cameron. Over the top is, who's that, Nick Clark?
Mackay and Clark. Here we go.
Short pass on to, that's the lock forward there.
McLaughlin.
Wind's playing havoc with my notes.
It's not a wind, mate. That's a gale.
Scott Bretherington gets the ball and he goes forward and he's tackled by Matty Mackay and Big Mick Deacon. He balls it to Nichols. Nichols goes to forward onto McLaughlin. Good build for a footballer, young McLaughlin. Great unload to Seth Morgan, 30, 40, 35 metres out from his own line. Centre field. Little Bailey McNaught is the dummy half. He's taken on that dummy half roll. Ball goes to Jeremy Nichols. Long ball out there. In on it. Shane Pittman comes to Jacob Kennedy. He gives it back inside. They're over halfway, the Magpies. It's the last. Ball goes to Nichols. Nichols gets the ball, goes to the line, gives a big bomb up. Centre field on Taylor Holland right under it. He spills it for all money. Goes sideways. It can't be Dave Windle's called a knock on from Taylor Holland right. Well, I'll tell you what, Reggie, I'm glad I wasn't under that bomb.
I think, mate, it looked like it was going to land on the 10-metre line.
Oh.
3 seconds, it come back to 25 metres.
The wind was playing havoc with that ball. And the Magpies have got a repeat set of 6 thanks to that knock-on by Taylor Holland Wright. 5 minutes to go, 28 points to 10. I don't think the Magpies can win, but they can certainly make this score a little bit more respectable. They're going to have a scrum feed 20 metres out from the Rams line. Nichols to feed the scrum. Ball goes out there. No, he wants it again. Not happy with that, Dave Windle. Ball goes out to Morgan from the scrum. Out to Hayden. Hayden gets the ball and he goes forward. Jinks it straight into the arms of Jacob Kennedy and Taylor Holland Wright. Centre field, 22 metres out. Ball goes on to Bretherington. And Bretherington is tackled right on the 20-metre line. 15 metres in from touch. Magpies on the attack. Here's Mark Tudor, and Tudor goes forward. He unloads to Jeremy Nichols, who again gives it to Seth Morgan and unloads it on to Benny Robbins, and Ben Robbins is tackled 12 metres out from the Rams line, applying the pressure. Nichols with the ball, goes forward. Only at half pace, he's easy target for the defence. Right under the post, 10 metres out. What are they going to do here? Long ball goes out to Morgan. On to the centre, Jacob Medden. He goes across field and he's hitting a good tackle out there by Johnny White. He gets up to play the ball. Luke Cameron was one of the players tackled there. Oldfield goes from dummy half himself. Tries to unload it. He does to Blackadder, and Blackadder juggles it and scores in the corner. Gets up and has a little bit of a melee. He's more or less said to Taylor Holland Wright, in your face. There's a little bit of a melee in the corner there. There's a bit of pushing and shoving. It's 28 points to 14. Dave Windle will have a good look at this with a report from his touch judges. Let's just get on with it, for goodness sake. There's 3 minutes to go in this freezing cold afternoon. And 28 points to 14 in favour of the Rams. Good run there by Oldfield, the front rower for Merriwa. He went down the blind end side from dummy half, and he was hitting a good 2 or 3 man tackle, and he managed to unload it inside to Blackadder, Neville Blackadder, who juggled it and scored untouched. 2 touch judges now giving a report to Dave Windle. Luke Cameron's putting his case forward. Reggie's gone down to get the names for the first grade, and Taylor Holland Wright's getting a real good tune up by the Dave Windle, the referee. I mean, really, it's no time out. There's going to be about under a minute to go, and look, he's got an early shower for his troubles, Taylor Holland Wright. No, seriously, no good being cranky about it. But anyway, he's shaking hands, Ashley, with the Merriwa boys as he's going off. He's got an early shower with a minute to go in this match. It's 28 points to 14. Seth Morgan's going to get a bit of a tune-up as well from Dave Windle. I mean, let's just get on with it. Come on, guys. It is not a great afternoon for football, Ash. And Seth Morgan's been given 10 minutes in the bin too. So both starting fullbacks for Merriwa, and he's given another 10 minutes to somebody. Has he? No, he's pointed up. No, he's going to finally rule a try. It's 28 points to 14. Reggie, while you're away, Taylor Holland Wright got 10 in the bin. He's called Seth Morgan over. He's given him 10 in the bin. 30 seconds to go here.
What happened?
Oh, there's a little bit of a melee after Blackadder scored in the corner. Good run from Shane Oldfield, the front rower, Christopher Oldfield. and he unloaded to Black Neville in the corner, and Neville juggled it and scored untouched. So, look, they've made the score respectable, but both sides, it's one of those afternoons where both sides are probably guilty of a little bit of ill discipline whilst in possession. The full-time siren will go now. It's going to be 28 points to 14 in favour of the Muswellbrook Rams here in reserve grade against the Merriwa Magpies. There's the full-time siren. A good effort, a good workman-like performance by the Rams. I still think that they are a much better side than that, and I've called it right, many, many weeks ago. I think this is a team that can go all the way. They've got good depth. There's a good feeling amongst the boys, and I think Johnny Deacon and brother Mick have got them on a good path in the back end of the competition. So congratulations to the Rams. Great effort there in reserve grade. 28 points to 14 winners over the Merriwa Magpies.